Hello. I'm up again in the middle of the night with hot flashes and ridiculous sweats. I think I figured out, though, why. Let me take my glasses off so you can see my eyeballs. Um, I think I figured out why I'm having the problem, because I didn't have it for a really long time, and all of a sudden I'm having it again. And I think the reason why is because I've lost a little weight. I've lost probably about 10 pounds recently. I'm a little confused as to why. Well, for one thing, I've started just trying to eat better, but I went off of soda pop of all kinds because somebody told me. See, I thought Falcon told me that because of the carbonation that a person would lose weight not drinking soda pop, but that didn't make sense to me. And I said, well, I'd always heard it was the artificial sweetener, and he said, no, it's the carbonation. And he says if you go off of soda, you'll lose like 10 pounds in a couple of months. Guaranteed. And I said, okay, well, I really can't do it. I told him, I said, there's just no way. I can't give up my diet root beer and my diet Dr. Pepper and my real Coke. I can't. It's just, I can give up a lot of stuff, but I can't give that up. First thing I think of when I get up in the morning is gotta go, get a Coke or get a root beer or whatever. First thing. So he's like, well, okay, but they're really not good for you. I said, yeah, I know, but, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't run around with loose boys. I don't know. I just, I don't do much. It's like one of my few vices. So, and yes, I'm wearing a skirt around my boobs. Just to be decent when I come and talk to you. I've made it into some sort of a dress. I think that's acceptable. So, I got some of those little to-go singles things. It's like a little tube pouch, and it's a powder inside. It's artificially sweetened, and you open it up and put it in a bottle of water and shake it up, and you got a drink. And I bought a bunch of those, and I started drinking them, and it was like nothing to give up the soda. It was so easy. I didn't even want it anymore because those tasted so good. So, it's been no problem at all, and I've started dropping weight. Maybe it's been because the carbonation has sodium in it. I don't know, though, because I take a diuretic anyway, so I don't know. But I've started dropping a little weight, and I really go the long way around to tell you a story. But I know that I don't have ovaries anymore, so I'm not getting estrogen legitimately. And I know that fat cells produce some estrogen and will hold it. So I thought maybe since I've been burning some fat and my body's releasing some fat, maybe it's also releasing estrogen into my system. Maybe that's why I feel like I'm having PMS. This weekend I have craved like potato salty stuff. Just terrible for me, I know. And chocolate, like candy. I want candy. I want chips, potato shoestrings, stuff like that. Crave it. Terrible. It's like I'm PMSing. And I get upset like that and start crying. I have dreams that like Falcon was in a horrible car wreck and they don't know if he's going to make it. And I woke up just sobbing and sweating because I was having hot flashes. Oh, it's just miserable. Just like all of a sudden. And I think maybe it has to do with that. If any of you know anything about medicine, if you're a medical person, can verify that for me or tell me that I'm dumb. But I've been doing like all kinds of Daffy Things this week. It's cracking me up. I was sitting here while I'm waiting to cool off, sitting here thinking about some of the Daffy Things I've done. And it's just making me laugh. Okay, for starters, my old printer, which I didn't even use all that much. Doesn't make sense it would be broken. Because I rarely use it. My ink tends to dry up before I use it up. Okay. But it wasn't working right. The cartridges weren't returning all the way. They get stuck kind of in the middle. Took it apart. I thought maybe it was a paper jam. I took that thing apart several times, messing with it, and obviously something's broken in there. But I went and bought another printer and came home with it. And I was like, I'm gonna try one more time to fix my old Betsy. I got her out and opened her up again. And I'm looking around and I'm thinking there's some reason why it's not returning. So I'm pulling on things and moving it by hand and doing different stuff to it and trying to figure it out. And I've looked in there many times before And I always thought it was strange that there was this little kind of round plastic part in there that was green. It was like a bright green, and I thought that's weird because everything else is like black or transparent or white or gray, like blah colors. And there's this bright green thing. I thought, well, you know, sometimes inside of machines there is like a bright plastic part or two for whatever reason. I don't care. Um, I was looking at it, and I kind of messed with it with my finger a little bit, and it rolled a little bit. And I'm looking at it and pressing it, and I'm like, there's an M on that. Why is there an M? I wonder what that means. And I moved it around a little bit more. I'm like, that thing's loose in there, whatever it is. And I looked at it closer. I'm like, oh, but dang, that's a peanut M&M down in my printer. Maybe keeping things from working. So I got pliers and got it out of there, and then just teach it a good lesson. I ate it, and I know everybody says, ooh, but it tasted delicious. It didn't have cat hair on it or anything. And then I thought, I fixed it, and then I ate the culprit. And it still wouldn't work, though. So it was just like a nice little bit of lagniappe to my day that there was a yummy M&M down in my printer. I don't know how it got in there, honestly. It's just a bafflement to me. Okay, so that was pretty wacky, daffy dingy. I don't know. I'm being a nut. And then, 2 nights ago, I decided to cook dinner for my mom and myself. And so I got in the kitchen. I'm hustling around, and when I cook, man, I'm in there, and I'm running up and down the kitchen, and I'm moving and grooving and making things work, and it's very well choreographed, and I love it. And it's like a sport for me. It's wonderful. I want everybody out of my kitchen, out of my way. No, I don't want you to cut something for me. You'll cut it wrong. No, don't stir my pot. Just get out of my way. And so I'm doing my thing, but every time I would step down on my left foot, it would hurt. Like, okay, imagine this is my foot and this is my little pinky toe, okay, and then there's like the ball of the foot right there, like a pad. Usually gets a little callus, and you know there's a joint in there. Okay, so every time I would step down, that would hurt bad. And I thought, oh my Lord, what have I done to myself now? I'm very prone to injuries and things just going wrong in my body. So I was just like, oh shoot, what have I done? I thought, do I now have something I'm going to have surgery to have removed? And is it a bunion? What is it? It's just, it hurts, and oh my God. And so I ended up walking like on the other side of my foot. Every time I step, I kind of had my foot roll just to try to keep off of that, because that hurt like heck, you know. And so finally I was sick of it. I was like, I cannot deal with this. It hurts so bad. I'm going to at least sit down and rub it. So I sat down and I crossed my leg, and I went to rub it, and I noticed it was black. It was like, what, like some kind of, do I have some cancerous callus on there? And I touched it, and it fell off in my hand, and then I was really kind of freaked out, and then I got it up really close and looked at it. It was a watermelon seed. I'd stepped on it. It had kind of embedded itself in my foot, and it hurt when I stepped down on it because it was a watermelon seed. And I felt dumb, but I laughed. I laughed at myself for that one. It's just been like that all this week, and then the hot flashes and the craziness too. It's just it's kind of funny, really. It's nothing too tragic, but yeah, I thought I'd share. I don't think I have any other news. I'm a nut. Anyway, that's my stupid life for this week. Bye, guys.